You see it everywhere, people who know exactly what to do but never do it. Smart people with big ideas, big plans, and no follow-through. Spending years learning, thinking, preparing, and still staying stuck. Not because they lack information or opportunity, but because they hesitate, delay, and choose the comfort of knowing over the discomfort of action. There's a quiet gap between knowing and doing. And that gap is where most lives stall, where dreams fade without noise or failure. Just endless. I should have, and I almost did. Because reading feels like progress, planning feels productive, and learning feels safe. But none of it builds anything, only execution does. Only action creates momentum. And until you stop rehearsing, stop waiting, stop consuming, and start doing, that gap will become your life. And the longer you stay in that gap, the more power it takes from you. Because hesitation isn't neutral, it rewires your brain to delay. It teaches you that comfort is safer than growth and that action can always wait until later. And once that belief settles in, movement starts to feel risky while staying stuck feels responsible. You stay busy, you stay informed, you stay surrounded by ideas, podcasts, books, plans, and strategies, yet nothing in your life actually changes because fear hides behind preparation. Perfectionism disguises itself as intelligence, and procrastination pretends to be timing, all while time keeps passing and opportunities quietly disappear. And the dangerous part is that from the outside it looks like effort, but on the inside, you're circling, avoiding the discomfort of starting, avoiding the resistance that comes with action, avoiding the possibility that trying might expose you, so you keep consuming instead of creating, rehearsing instead of building, planning instead of executing, telling yourself you'll move when you feel ready even though readiness never comes. Because action doesn't start with confidence. Confidence is built by action. Clarity doesn't appear before movement. It appears because you move, and discipline, not motivation, is the only thing that closes the gap. Discipline that shows up when excitement fades, when conditions are imperfect, when no one is watching. Discipline that doesn't ask how you feel, doesn't wait for the right mood, doesn't negotiate with excuses, because every time you act, you weaken hesitation. Every time you delay, you reinforce it. And when you commit to daily execution, small, simple, unglamorous actions repeated again and again, momentum begins to compound. Resistance loses its grip. Your identity starts to shift. And you stop seeing yourself as someone who almost does and start becoming someone who follows through, someone who finishes. And that's when the gap collapses. Knowing turns into doing. Progress stops being optional, and the life you've been talking about finally starts becoming real.